What are you talking about? But morals clause.
This is what I tell the Ghanaians. Yes. I told them that whether you are Buddhist man, you have to Buddhist. Yes. If you are a Christian, Buddhist. Yes. If you are a Muslim, yes. Muslim. Yes. If you are a fetish man, fetish. If you are everything, do what you can do to help my mother Ghana. This is what I want to my people. Thank you.
Talking about Kim Faisal's attempt to get a court of arbitration for sport to stop the Ghana Football Association from extending the tenure of the president from 2 to 3 terms. In fact, they filed their appeal at the Court of Arbitration for Sport on September 15. CAS has knocked back a part of that appeal, which wanted a stay of execution. And the final matter will have to be determined and to go through a very, very long legal process. The GFA in recent times have been quite successful when their members drag them to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. King Faisal, they've been there before and they lost to the Ghana Football Association. This actually happened when they wanted Accra Lions to be relegated instead of them from the top flight. And when the matter went to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, King Faisal lost that matter. But this is completely a different matter, and they are being represented by lawyer Adika. We'll touch briefly on that and help you make some sense out of what King Faisal actually wants to do. And I'll also be talking about some European football, the English Premier League. We'll talk about Ghana Premier League as well. The competition is heating up across House of Oak. What is the magic wand that Didi Dramani is throwing into this phobia family? We'll talk a bit about UDS as well. UDS, they are University World Football Champions. They won it last Sunday when they defeated Paulista University of Brazil by 2-1. In fact, they had to come from behind to do that. I am Muftawu, Nabila, Abdulai, and this is a game plan show proudly brought to you by Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams, bet way, get way more. This is a very interactive show, and you can get in touch with us on 055 1111997, 055 1111997, and also tweet at us or post using the hashtag game plan for us to have your thoughts on the things we'll be talking about. Currently in studio with me is Eric Alagi Dede. Eric, is this your first time with us here?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Not in this studio, but
this very show, actually.
yes, this very show. This is my first time.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We'll have Sitsofe Flip actually will also join us via Zoom. Fentuo will join us. My colleague Razak Musbau will also join us. In fact, there is the Aquatic Swimming Championship currently happening at the Boteman Sports Complex. We'll be able to touch on that briefly. The morning sessions ended just some few minutes ago. The afternoon sessions and the opening ceremony of that event will be happening in the next 2 hours. If you haven't seen the Black Star squad yet, I'm just going to take you through the players called up by the technical team led by Otto Addo. There are 2 players from the domestic league, Benjamin Asaro of Accra House of Oak and Midiama SC's Prince Owusu. Two players who were not with the team during the other matches between Ghana and Chad and that of Ghana and Mali are also available. Alidu Seidu and Abdul Fattah Isako. They have recovered from the injuries they suffered. And in fact, Fattah Isako got injured during the AFCON qualifier against Angola. Alidu Seidu, he underwent ACL surgery actually, and it kept him out of the pitch for a very, very long time. So the players are Lawrence Atizigi, Benjamin Asari of Accra House of Oak. Lawrence Atizigi, he is with St. Gallen. Joseph Annan, he plays his football for St. Patrick Athletics. Ali Seidu, he's with Stade Rennais. Gideon Mensah of AJ Auxerre. Mohamed Salisu, he's with AS Monaco. Jerome Opoko, he's with Istanbul. Kojo Pepra Opon, OGC Nice. Caleb Urenchi, he's with FC Nordjylland. Jonas Ajete of FC Basel. Ebenezer Annan of AS Saint The midfielders, we have Elisha Owusu of AJ Auxerre, Thomas Opate of Villarreal, Kwesi Sibo of Real Oviedo, Prince Owusu of Midiame SC, and Mohamed Kudus of Tottenham Hotspur. For the attackers, Abdul Fattah Isahaku of Leicester City, Joseph Penso, he is with LA Galazi, Christopher Bonsuba, Al Kaseya, Kamaldeen Suleimana of Atalanta. Kamaldeen is now currently Atalanta, yes, Kamaldeen Suleimana, having moved from Southampton to Atalanta. Jordan Ayew is with Leicester City. Iñaki Williams is with Atletico Bilbao, and Antoine Semenyo, he is with AFC Bournemouth. In fact, Antoine Semenyo is a beast in the Premier League so far this season. So thank you very much for being a part of us this afternoon. From now all the way up to 3 p.m., we're bringing you Game Plan, brought to you by Petrosol, Platinum Energy, Energizing Dreams, Betway, Getway More. And as I mentioned, we are interactive on 055-1111-997. Also tweet at us using the hashtag Game Plan, and we'll read your messages. And also, we are streaming. We are currently on X Spaces. We are also streaming both on Facebook and YouTube. I'm coming to the studio. Eric, welcome once again. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing well.
How is the family?
The family is good. Quite some time, eh?
Yeah, it's been
we
a
haven't
while.
Met.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
I cry for you.
Sometimes when you're having conversation with, let's say, people who are in the village, and you go like, "Have you heard from this person?" You go like, "No, I haven't heard from him or seen him in a while." They say, "But all of you are in Accra."
Yeah, that's last week. I had to pay a visit to my big brother, the one I directly come after, who lectures at University of Ghana Business School, who is a professor. And a family member happened to ask me, "Have you seen Prof? When last did you speak with him?" And I said, "Oh, it's been like almost a month.
Yes.
I haven't seen him." And she screamed, like, "Why?"
They don't understand. In fact, my immediate senior brother and I, we live just like 600 meters apart from each other, but we hardly even see each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes I leave home around 4 a.m. I'm getting home around 10 p.m.
We are finally in Europe.
How do you expect me to see him? My elder sister, who is at Kaneshi, I can't remember the last time I actually even saw her.
Yeah.
The last time we met was somewhere February this year. I haven't been to her end. She hasn't been to my end. So I'm going to see each other. So sometimes that's the nature of Accra.
Yeah, but people need to understand. I mean, this is Accra, and like your time of going to work.
Yes.
4:30, 5 a.m. You are off.
Yes.
Maybe your brother is still sleeping.
He's even sleeping. Maybe he's still sleeping.
By the time he would wake up and go to work, and by the time you would return, two different times altogether. Yeah. So it's very normal.
Yeah, it should be normal. But when you speak to them, they go like, "I bet you're all in Accra." Yeah, we are all in Accra. Eric, talk to me about the group of players Otoado has assembled. Were you surprised to see the inclusion of Midiame's Prince Owusu in the team?
He's actually a player I nurtured at Sushen.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. So Prince Owusu, we picked him when he was playing these Milo games in one of the Kumasi schools. I've forgotten whether Asanteman or one of the schools.
I was meant to understand that he played the Ashanti something.
Yeah, the Milo games. That's where we actually spotted him, and we registered him at Koforidua Association. That was when we were just starting the project. So then he would come in from school, come and play on vacation, and go back until he completed. Yeah. So he was one of the youngest boys we picked, probably around 15, 16 thereabout.
Wow.
Yeah. And clearly from that age, you could see that he had it. You know, me, when I one thing I tell people is that my instincts don't go wrong when it comes to players. And clearly from day one, when I saw him, I knew he was going to hit the top. So for me, I'm not surprised. It's a bit surprising to a lot of people who don't even follow the league that much. Because when I left Sushain to go to Nsoatremai, we loaned him out to Okwawu United. So he went out on loan to Division 1 in Okwawu United, did one season, and came back to Sushain, and then was officially transferred to Midiama.
Okay.
So from the first season, this is about his second season in the league, and from the first season, you could clearly see the glimpses that this is a player who would hit the top. And because he's a player Tanko knows so well from the onset,
because Tanko was part of
because
the
Tanko has
project.
been part of KSSE from the onset.
Yes.
So he's a player Tanko knows right from the onset. And so it was very easy getting the best out of him. And so I'm not surprised at all. But for people who don't know the player, they probably may be asking, who is this chap? Who is this Prince?
In fact, I heard something on radio from one of the platforms out there, and they were like, Nasi if I say they'll probably know where it is coming from. Let me put it this way. People were like, the owner of Midiama SC is a management committee member of the Black Stars. So I sat back and I was like, because I've had the privilege of seeing the boy on television twice, right? Because I've seen him on TV twice.
Okay.
He's a left footer.
Yeah.
For those of you who
correct
he's
left footer.
He's a proper left footer.
Yeah.
He knows how to hit the ball. He knows how to drive the ball forward. He knows how to dribble.
And he is strong.
So when I heard that, I was a bit taken aback. I was like, this is someone I have seen. But for people to go like, maybe he got a call up because the owner of the club is a management committee member of the Black Stars, it goes a long way to suggest the fact that many of us actually don't even follow the Ghana Premier League to appreciate the talents that are available in the competition.
Muftawu, that is very true. And like you are saying, I mean, for people who have seen the boy, until he got the call up, then his videos started showing up on social media.
Yeah.
That was when people began, the little that they saw of him, then they said, oh, there may be, he has something. I have heard conversations from other quarters. And Otuadu says that if there is any player in the local league who has something close to what Mohamed Kudus can offer, then it is the young man. You know, so clearly it means the coach has seen him, he has seen him, and he's made a decision on the young man.
He's excited about what he has seen so far.
Yeah, so for me, I think people who don't know the young man should spare Moses out of all this conversation because there are too many players in Midiama. There's another boy, very interesting and exciting player to watch, Emmanuel Osu. He came through Tema Youth.
Yes.
Anybody who has seen this young chap play, you know that he's an excellent player. If he gets an invitation tomorrow, nobody should convince anybody that because Moses Parker is a member of the Black Stars Management Committee, then they should have picked about 3 of their boys. Yeah. Which of the Hearts of Folk officials sits on the Black Stars Management Committee? Is there anyone from Hearts of Folk? There is none.
No, there's none.
So why are they not saying that?
Same about Benjamin Asare.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I get worried, especially with our colleagues and friends in the media who don't even know and appreciate what goes into some of these things. You know what it means for us to get 3-4 local players into this Black Star squad if we make it to the World Cup? Do they really know what it means?
I often consider some of these conversations quite narrow if we limit talents to their proximity to people who are in positions of influence, because just as we've mentioned, you have seen Prince Owusu, I've seen him. You've mentioned Emmanuel also, I've seen him as well. When these players get called up to the national teams, I'll actually be so excited. We saw what's this guy, Daniel Afriye Barnier, when he went and played that friendly match against Switzerland. Who was not excited about that? Why would people begin to question and go like, oh, because of the player's proximity to ABC? Sometimes we narrow the conversation and it becomes extremely difficult to actually you can call it self-berating, but that is what it is. Sometimes it's difficult to actually stand behind some of our colleagues who pass certain comments. But generally, are you excited about the group of players that have been assembled by Otto?
Yeah, I'm happy to see some players returning. Abdulai Fentuo. Fentuo is one exciting player. I was really concerned when he went out that long with that kind of injury. But I'm excited to see him back, and the return of Ali Seidu, who also went out injured for quite some time. And Ali Seidu has also returned. I think it's good news for Ghana. And we've seen a new addition, Pepra. Yes. Yeah, coming in with his first Black Stars call-up. Let's see what he brings to the table. We need to, like I keep saying, we messed up the opportunity when we played against Chad. By now, we've used the last 2 games to actually do a justifier and assess a lot of new players, especially those within the local circles. I still have the hope and believe that, look, what some of these foreign boys offer, if you give any opportunity to any of these local boys, they will offer more.
And it's not because you are a key investor in the.
It's well, as a key investor, I should be interested. But you see, Muftawu, there are conversations I have had with a lot of people within our space, and I think that there should be a deliberate attempt from the Ghana Football Association to go to the World Cup with not less than 4 local players. Not less than 4. Minimum should be 4. It should be a deliberate policy. You know why? If we make a list of 23 players, you know how many of them will end up playing at the World Cup?
Maximum 15, 16.
Maximum 20.
Oh, that's even a huge
or
figure.
Or even 18. Those who will get playing time to play. Maybe 18. If we go far, par 19. So what happens to the rest of the slots? People are just going to add up to the numbers.
And moreover, at this point, FIFA is giving money.
There is a lot of money coming in. That is why I am saying it should be a deliberate policy from those at the top. So that when that money is trickling down, look, we can have a whole conversation about this.
It seems Kotoko made about $200,000.
They will. Same as a free ban here, Hearts of Folk.
Yeah.
So that
Fatah Isaku's money also came down to Dreams. And what's the name of his Steadfast, yes.
So we can have an MOU signed among all the 18 Premier League clubs. That look, it may be your player from Midiama, it may be your player from Asante Kotoko or Hearts of Folk Benjamin Asari.
Not necessarily even Division 1, it could be from
anywhere. But when the money comes, there will be a deliberate attempt to share it among the clubs in the league. I'm telling you, we will make no less than $1 million.
Yeah, you can put it in a pool and share
it. Yeah. Share it for the leagues. And this is how you deliberately bring money into your football ecosystem.
But
we are going to give the money to foreign clubs.
Will Otto agree?
Who is Otto?
He's a head coach, of course.
Who gave him the job?
He's paid to make decisions.
So we are allowing him. Let him bring his first 18 players. He should give us his best 18. Otto should give us his best 18. I can tell you some of these boys who have been coming for these Black Star games, they are not better than some of the local boys here. It's the opportunity. They need that chance, that platform to showcase what they have.
We've seen our local boys go to represent the country at CHAN competitions, and they couldn't even make the grade.
Well, the CHAN competition is a different competition altogether. Don't forget, they are playing among their peers. This is going to be, you get to play alongside Mohamed Kudus. You get to play alongside Kamal Din Suleimana, Joseph Pinsel. So when you get to play...
So with quality players
exactly,
around you...
when you have quality around you, even if you cannot do it, you will be forced to do it. This is how you build the confidence of players. If you have worked around players, you would realize that there are some particular players, when they come in, they need time to settle. But recently, Razak Simpson was part of the team.
Yeah, that's true.
Can anybody say he was that bad?
No, he wasn't.
Jonas Ajete joined the team from FC Basel.
Yeah.
Giving me the opportunity. I will play Simpson over him. I
Why?
will on
Why?
any day.
Why?
This is what I want to see. Look, the back line of the Black Stars, check players who can give those long, accurate passes. Simpson is one. The other boy is the one coming from Istanbul, Jerome Opoku.
Yes.
All the others, they are playing square passes from one center back to the other, to the left back and to the right back. But if you want a center back who can split the opponent's defense open and catch them with that long ball, it is between Razak Simpson and Jerome Opoku. Let any analyst come and dispute this. And so if you have such a player, he can surge forward. We've seen Simpson in the local league hitting free kicks from 30, 35 yards.
And scoring. Actually.
And scoring. We've seen him come forward to head and score. And these are qualities you will need in any centre back at any given time. So for me, I think
he just needs the confidence.
Yeah. Otto should still look at the issue of Razak Simpson. And we can add him to the 4-5 players I'm advocating that the Black Stars should take to the World Cup.
Place a call to the FA president, Keto Creek.
I will. After the show, I'll send him. I'll send my big brother a message. It should be a deliberate attempt.
He still owes me a text message
between him and the ESCO to make sure that we bring money into our league.
That's actually a very good idea. I think it's a very good idea. If you are listening, tell Keto Creek. The last time I texted him, he said he was out of the country. Where he comes back, he came back. I don't hear from him again. So, Mr. Creek, I'm still waiting for that text message. We've also just been joined in the studio by my colleague, Razak Musbau. You would always hear him from this side, but today he's seated at the other side, smiling. I don't know which girl decided to deceive him. And he's always smiling like that.
Why do you think it's only girls that makes us smile?
But what else will make you smile?
Just send me 1,000 cities and see what happens.
That's a good one.
I'm just send you Momo.
Yeah, send me Momo. You see how I will smile, you know. So, but I mean, yeah, we appreciate the women too and what they do to us. But it's not comparable to money.
What do women do to you?
I mean, of course, they compliment us in so many ways. You know, these days the weather is cold. I mean, you can see the way my voice is doing. I was telling a friend that if I was married, you see the way your voice is clear, and look at my voice. People who are married, they don't catch cold.
Muftawu, be true.
Do I even know?
Have you ever gotten cold before? Have you gotten cold before? No. There's always heat available to kill the cold.
So what stops you from getting the heat?
Yeah, don't worry. And just on the point that Eric was making about FIFA giving clubs money for releasing their players to participate in the World Cup. Even now, the new initiative by FIFA is that clubs that release players for the World Cup qualifiers will get compensation. Yeah. And that is massive. That is massive. Clubs are not just going to get money now for releasing players to play in the 2026 World Cup tournament, but they'll get money for releasing players to participate in the qualifiers. Yeah. And that is huge. And when I first saw that, it was the very
it's
point.
It's over $200 million, right?
Yes, we understand. We're going to see about at least an increase in about 70% in terms of the money that clubs are going to get. And when I saw that release from FIFA, that news story, all I could say was what Eric was saying, that we need a deliberate policy to encourage local players in our national team. It has to be deliberate. We have to be deliberate about it. Of course, the argument will be, well, are we going to sacrifice competence just because we need the money? We can find competent players. The very same, we can find competent players. And look at some of the players that we've called from Europe to come and augment the squad. Some of them have come time and time again, and I've never gotten a minute. Yeah. No disrespect to Joseph Wollacott, but when was the last time Joseph Wollacott started a game for the Black Stars? When was the last time he even got a minute for the Black Stars? If that is the reality of George Wollacott, then go and bring a goalkeeper from Girl Olympics.
It's actually $355 million. That's what FIFA is releasing for.
Yeah, for clubs all over the world.
Who release their players to participate in the World Cup qualifiers.
That's in excess of, 70% from what they receive in the 2022 World Cup qualifier. So we need a deliberate policy because we know the situation that our club find themselves. That is the reality. We know the situation our clubs find themselves. And if there's an opportunity to help them financially, we need to do that. We need to do that. And that's why I like what the CAF president is doing now. It appears that that's how he's thinking. Let's get clubs to get some money, good money. And the more they have the resources, they will be able to buy quality players. They will be able to invest in their facilities and produce quality football. And if FIFA has given us this window, then a policy direction which will force the head coach of the national team to say, look, okay, I'm going to leave 5 slots. 1 goalkeeper. Of the 3 goalkeepers I'll call, 1 of them will come from the local team. Of the 5 defenders, etc., that I'll call, 1 will come from the local team. I'll find 1 extra one from the midfield. Even if they are young players, from the under-20 team, who are going to come into the senior national team to, understudy and pick some experience, it is very important. We know that our clubs need money. We know our clubs are suffering. We know that our clubs struggle to generate funds from companies, if it is through advertising, etc. We know they struggle. And it explains why, even with the new policy by the GFA relative to the payment, salary capping it at 2,000 or 2,500, Eric can correct me if I'm wrong. Even that one, the clubs have difficulty with that policy, all because there is no money in the system. So if there's an opportunity for the clubs to get money like this, we need to have a policy that will force the head coach of the national team to include them. Because with all due respect, someone like Mohamed Kudus, of course, will always need him in the national team. But there are certain clubs in Europe, the money that FIFA is going to give to them, they don't need it.
They don't need the money. So let me just read the FIFA statement, right? It says that clubs that release players for the World Cup qualifiers will be compensated for the first time ever, whether or not the player plays at the final tournament. FIFA says this new approach means that any club that releases a player for a FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifier will now be directly compensated. FIFA says that they had agreed on a $355 million allocation for the 2026 edition in the United States, Canada, and Mexico as part of a renewed working agreement with the European Clubs Association signed more than 2 years ago. And they said that was an increase from $209 million paid to clubs worldwide from each of the past 2 editions played in Qatar 2022 and Russia 2018. And it says in the last World Cup, about 440 clubs across 51 member countries got payments from the 2022 program, which were calculated as a daily rate for as long as players were involved with their scores at the tournament. Manchester City got the biggest payment with about 4.6 million of that money. Do you know what 4.6 can do for Kotoko and House in this country?
The whole Ghana Premier League, not just, in fact, the whole Ghana Premier League, not just Hasem Kotoko.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, and I think it's an area that we need to seriously consider. Maybe the next time the clubs meet at Congress, wherever they get the opportunity to sit down and talk, this must be part of the agenda. How they can take advantage of this funding source. This funding source. I mean, of course, the very legitimate argument that will come up is that, are we going to sacrifice merits because of money? No, but the point must also be made that we can find the players. Are you saying we cannot find a left back who sits on the Black Stars bench to study and see how the team performs, etc.? Of course, we are not saying that take the players there just to let them sit on the bench. They will go there and prove themselves.
Oh, definitely.
But bottom line, it's not all of them that will get to start.
It's the best talent that are even going to be selected.
Exactly.
You're just going to pick anyone at all.
Exactly. But you see, what is likely to happen, and maybe that's why I also love the submission by Eric. What is likely to happen is that if care is not taken, some people might end up hijacking the system. And you see, if care is not taken, they might end up hijacking the system.
We cannot allow that to happen.
That's exactly.
It's the coach who has the final say. The coach has the final say on which player is going. If the coach believes that Razak Musbau is a perfect replacement for Mohamed Kudus when he is unavailable for the game, so I'm going to call Razak Musbau, I don't think anyone would have the power.
That is an ideal situation. Yeah, but people also have influences. The coach is influenced by people. The coach has people he listened to also.
No, the Otoado I know.
No.
And as much as he was pushed in the 2022 World Cup to go with some players.
No. The point is this. All right. For instance, you are looking for somebody who can, step in for Mohamed Kudus.
Yes.
Otoado does not have the luxury of watching all the players in the Ghana Premier League.
But he has a data of players he wants to work
Yes,
with.
so what Otoado is definitely going to have the benefit of is people tell him there is this player, consider him also. There is this player, consider him. But of course, like you said, ultimately he'll be the one to decide.
But he has to watch the player.
Exactly, he'll be the one to decide who will get to play. But we have a system which also has certain level of interferences. And if there's an opportunity for a club to make money, some clubs will never have the opportunity to make that money. So we need to find a way that the benefit that will come out of this will not just go to one club, but will trickle down to all other clubs. So that it will be a funding that is intended to develop Ghana football as a whole.
And clearly, and that's where Eric says that bring the money, let's put it in a bowl, then we share.
We'll share it across.
Exactly. We'll share it across.
Because if care is also not taken as a result of this, one club will end up having 2 players. So let's say we all agree
if the players
that 5
merit it, they
that
should be
5 players should be taken.
Yes.
And then we pick 2 players from one club, and then the 3 come from 3 other clubs.
Yes.
Ultimately, what happens is that, assuming that club is going to make 1 million, they make 1 million and go away with it alone.
Yes.
What happens to the others? So let's put the money together, irrespective of how much comes in, and we share it across board.
So if you
whether you contributed a player or not.
So if you contributed 2 players, and let's say the money is like $100,000, and we're even giving you 30,000 and sharing the rest to the police, it makes sense.
Yeah, it absolutely
It has to go across board.
Sense, yes.
And we need this because of the situation that our football finds itself in. This is how best we can resolve the challenges in the football sector. The funding gap.
Okay.
All right. So if the club says, well, I'm the one who went to find the player, I'm the one who trained the player, and he got the opportunity to play the Black Stars, so I should take it all. No, it has to be a policy direction.
Razak, also talk to me about the full squad that has been called up by Otoado. What do you make of this team?
I mean, there are not many major changes to the team. I mean, it's Fatai Sakun and Alidu Seidu who have had the opportunity to return. And I'm really excited to see Sibo return to the side, because when he had the opportunity against Mali that Monday, he
proved himself.
Brilliant performance. Brilliant performance. And I think that is what you do when you get the opportunity. That is how you make a statement. And because of that, I think I should say, because of that, Salis is not part of the team. He was a direct replacement for Salis. It's as simple as that. Salis is not back to the team.
He's been awful.
Yeah, man. Salis is not back to the team because Sibo came and showed Salis, show Tuado that, look, I'm better than Salis. It's as simple as that.
But there's one thing, Eric, and I want you to take this one. I'll take the toss of Musbau before I take a quick break on that one. There's one thing about this national team, right? Individually, the talent is available. However, you can never tell the kind of national team that will show up. Sometimes they can blow hot and cold when they want.
I mean, not to cut you. This is no opportunity for you to blow hot and cold. They know what is. The assignment is clear.
So the question is what kind of team and attitude should be seen in those games against Central African Republic and Comoros?
The assignment is very clear. And I think at this stage, even the boys themselves know what is at stake. What is at stake is an opportunity to play at the World Cup. This is not the English Premier League. This is not the Champions League. This is the World Cup. So if there's any player who has been called, who does not have the kind of hunger the Ghanaians are expecting of them to play in these 2 games, get 1 win and at least get 1 draw and qualify, then clearly they don't deserve to even arrive at the airport in Morocco. I think the players are clear in their mind. They know their assignment that is, ahead of them. They know what is required of them, especially after that abysmal performance away to, what was the team that we played?
Chad.
Away to Chad. Right after that, we saw a change in attitude. And there is an opportunity for the team to qualify. And I think the attitude, the boys know the kind of attitude that they need to exhibit. And they themselves are hungry to play at the World Cup. They are hungry. I mean, Jordan Ayew from Crystal Palace to Leicester City playing the championship. He wants to play at the World Cup. It might be his last World Cup It might be his last World Cup and probably his last stint with the Black Stars and finally say goodbye. For some, like Fatai Isahaku, it will be a big opportunity for him because at the last World Cup, for instance, he didn't quite get the minutes. I mean, for someone like Mohamed Kudus, it's another opportunity to show what you are capable of doing, which you are already doing at Spurs, but you're going to have the opportunity to do it at the biggest stage. So all these players know that this is a fine opportunity for them. And against Central African Republic in Morocco, the job is clear. But my only concern is, I hope Otuado doesn't complicate things against Central African Republic. I hope he doesn't complicate things. Because sometimes in games like this, because of what is at stake, the coach might now be, okay, should we do this? Should we tweak this? Behaving like Pep Guardiola, some way like that. Then overthinking.
But he has worked with the likes of Jurgen Klopp.
He should not exhibit those traits here. Keep it simple. Keep it simple and win the game. Don't overthink the thing. Just keep it simple and win the game. And I think the boys will never deliver. I think we will make it to the World Cup.
Eric?
I think the video analyst should just go back and watch that game against Central African Republic.
That 4-3 in Kumasi.
Yeah, that 4-3 in Kumasi. I was at the stadium that day. When they took the lead, I think we took the lead.
Yes.
Via penalty, Jordan.
Yes.
They equalized and went ahead.
Yes. And we came back.
And if you watch that game, the way Central African Republic played in that game, I think the video analyst should just go back, show the guys the game in Kumasi. Sometimes you don't complicate things. So there are times when you are with any team, and this is my experience. At all my team's video sessions, I'm always present. I want to see. There are times, Maxwell Konadu, the video analyst will just come, show the game, show certain mistakes that were made in the game that led to goals, show chances that were created and we did not score and all that. As soon as he's done, the coach will say, you've all seen it. Let's go and get the job done. Sometimes you go into the stadium and you see the boys, he allowed them to use
their own halves.
And you see how those games play out. So sometimes you don't need to just do anything. You just need to show them and tell them, go out there and just go and win. And I'm sure even with this game, even if Otto does not say anything, like he said, it's an opportunity to play at the Mundial. And this is something all our players know, that even Mohamed Kudus know that the World Cup can move him from Tottenham to Real Madrid.
Even just today, he said that Ghana must be at the World Cup, just today.
So one good World Cup tournament can let Real Madrid bid for you for 100 million. And you are moving.
Like we saw from James Rodriguez. Well,
exactly.
Brilliant 2014 World Cup.
Yeah, scored that brilliant goal against Colombia also.
Yeah.
And he ended up at Real Madrid. This is what the World Cup does. Jordan Ayew, even at his age, at the championship, may be moving to Saudi for some huge money because of the way he will play at the World Cup. Fatawu Isako, young as he is, finds himself in the championship. There are no guarantees that Leicester might return to the Premier League this season. And this World Cup can offer him an opportunity. The likes of Joseph Pinsel. This World Cup can bring him back from America to Europe.
Yeah.
This is what the World Cup will do.
In fact, we've seen that from
Bonsuba and Co.
Yeah.
They may be in Saudi Arabia, but I'm telling you, this World Cup can bring him back into the Premier League. It is just a platform that every player in this world dreams of accessing that platform. And so I don't see how our boys will throw away this opportunity, knowing very well that we lead the table and a win in this game. I don't care whether it's 1-0, whatever it is.
A win is a win.
A win is a win.
And that
3 points. Let's go for it. And then we make sure that our World Cup dream is firmly in our hands. And then we'll execute it in Accra. So it's a very simple thing to do.
And maybe just finally though, I'm very, very sure that the players have all of this at the back of their minds.
Of course.
And please, these players know what is at stake. And as much as possible, let's reduce the number of speeches we are going to give it to them at the hotels. Please, let's reduce it. Because I know most definitely we are now going to try to remind them and psych them. They know. Jordan knows. Jordan knows what's at stake. They know. Remember against Mali at the Crash Sports Stadium, when the final whistle went, you saw the reaction of the players. They know what is at stake. Yeah. They know.
I think with the likes of Stephen Appiah around the team, Stephen Appiah, the vice chairman of the management committee, someone who has led this team. In fact, he led the team to his first ever World Cup participation in Germany in 2006. He was there in the 2010 World Cup as the leader of the team. So he knows what it means to give players space so that they can process in their minds.
Let them talk among themselves
about a game.
Let Jordan and you tell them about 2014 Brazil World Cup. Let Kudus and Co tell them about Qatar 2022. Let them have those conversations among themselves. Let them go to the field and do their job. Speech is in the factor change. We are on. Or mobile match we are.
In fact, I wrote an article in 2022 when Otoado was taking the Black Stars to the World Cup. And I had to cast my mind back to the 2006 World Cup when he was running through the right flank. That assist from Stephen Appiah to Asamoah-Gyan. Asamoah-Gyan scored. So when Asamoah-Gyan scored, first he wanted to run towards Otoado. Then he turned and went to the left side. And then Otto followed. You know, another time Otto had this cornrow, or what do they call it, on his head and all that. Otto is one man who has made history as a man who was part of the first ever Black Stars team that qualified and participated in the FIFA World Cup in 2006. Came as a coach and qualified for the World Cup. There's an opportunity for you to make history now. But there are some concerns that people too have expressed. Whether if we qualify for the World Cup, we should go to that tournament with Otoado. Hang on your thoughts on that. I'm wondering why people are not so confident in the ability of Otoado to lead the team to the World Cup. It is important, yes. The World Cup qualifiers, Otto hasn't lost one. He hasn't. In fact, he has got an incredible record in World Cup qualifiers. His first tenure, 2 matches against Nigeria, drew 0-0 in Kumasi, went away and got a 1-1 draw, qualified for the World Cup. His second tenure, he came back, went away to Mali, came from behind to beat them 2-1. The Bayara Sports Stadium, came from behind to beat Central African Republic. Then the only draw he's had since taking over the Black Stars coaching job in World Cup qualifiers is against Chad. So despite these results, despite these performances, why I feel so skeptical about what Otoado can do as the head coach of the Black Stars? Yes, we cannot forget that the World Cup, the African Cup of Nations qualifying matches, 6 matches, he didn't win any of them. He played against a war-torn Sudan, came up against Nigeria that did not have opportunity of play in front of their own spectators, but could not beat any of them. So the concerns are quite legitimate. But after moving on from there and securing wins in the World Cup qualification campaign, why are people still kept skeptical about him? I'll be hearing from my guest pretty soon. But before that, let me tell you something incredible about Achimota Retail Center. They are celebrating 10 years of shopping. So at the Achimota Retail Center, there's always some interesting stuff that you can get, because shopping, fun, and memories are actually things that you get only at the Achimota Retail Center. So, as a team that is celebrating 10 years, the Achimota Retail Center is saying that you have to be part of the excitement. And it is simple. From now till the 28th of October 2025, just shop from 300 Ghana cedis and above at your favorite stores at the Achimota Retail Center. You drop your receipts with our promoters, and you could be the shopper getting the rewards on 10th October. Remember, the highest shopper get the highest rewards. Don't miss out. Join the Achimota Retail Center at 10 anniversary celebrations. Shop more, win bigger, and let's make this milestone unforgettable together. Celebrating 10 years with 10 times the rewards. Achimota Retail Center vibes in Kwa. And also, Betway get way more. Betway is stepping it up to give their fans even more back with Betway rewards. Whenever you bet on sports or casino, you will earn points that can be converted into cash. It is that easy. The best part is that you can convert whenever you want and can withdraw the funds or use them to place new bets. There are no strings attached. So start enjoying a whole new way to get rewarded with Betway, only at betway.com.ga. There are some terms and conditions that apply. This is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18s are permitted to participate in this. Betway, get way more. Let me come back to the studio and speak to my gentleman. Before I brought you some of the LPMs, I spoke about the fact that people are skeptical about Ghana going to the World Cup with Otoado if qualification is sealed. Musbau, hasn't Otoado done enough to earn the confidence of Ghanaians that he's the man to lead the senior national team?
Performance, how the team is playing, the manner in which we are getting some of the results, especially when we have the benefit of seeing quality football every week. It's difficult to say that Otoado is giving us the best. We are getting the result, which is good, but we are not getting the best football. I mean, just this week, for instance, we had Champions League football. We saw team play football. All right.
In the words of Stephen Appiah, at the end of the game, the question is who won, not who played better football.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, too, we also want to enjoy the game. And while enjoying the game, we want the results. The results.
Will you be emotionally satisfied if you play well and you don't win?
Two truths can coexist, and that's what Atsu always say. We want the result and we want quality football. Because look, if we continue to accept that, yes, we won, so we don't care. I mean, with all due respect, that's mediocrity. We want quality football. We want to see our players improve. We want to see some level of improvement. And in the few games we've played, against Chad, we saw what happened. Poor. Against Mali, we needed the result, so we've been quite reserved with our comments and etc. But back to your question, should Otoado lead us to the World Cup or not? To be very honest with you, for me, that question will only arise if the expectation is that we are going to the World Cup to win it. Are we going to the World Cup to win it? Is our target to win the World Cup? If it is to win the World Cup,
what is the essence of qualifying if you're not there to win it?
I mean, you are there to participate and get the money and come back because you need to be real with yourself.
No, but Musbau.
No, you need to be real with yourself.
Musbau, tournaments are quite interesting.
No, look, for instance, when the Ghana Premier League starts, even the Premier League, English Premier League when it starts, or even Ghana Premier League when it starts, clubs know their potential. They know what they are capable of doing. You don't set unrealistic target for yourself and say, well, yes, we qualify, so we need... No, you have to be real. This Black Stars team does not have what it takes to win the World Cup. It's as simple as that. And it's not being, what do you call it? It's that you have been anti-nationalistic or... No, it's fact. This Black Stars team, with all due respect, cannot beat the Spanish national team. If football... you're talking about football performance vis-a-vis is what we are talking about. This Black Stars team cannot be the Spanish national team.
But Musbau, you're not being fair here.
No, of course.
Okay, so this is the point. Tournaments are quite interesting.
Oh.
Right. You may go to that tournament. We saw it in Greece 2004. When they went all the way to win the Euros, whoever thought they were going to be champions?
Portugal, actually.
Yes.
Portugal.
We saw it from Portugal. Yes.
And from where you sit, you think this Black Stars team can replicate Greece 2004 exploits?
Did you ever think Leicester could win the Premier League in 2016?
No, I'm asking you. You from where you sit, you think this Black Stars team can replicate the exploits of Greece 2004?
Until they line up in the tournament. You see, when the team was going to the 2006 World Cup, out of that time, I was staying at Sabon Zongo. And I recall the conversations clearly. When people were like, Ghana and Togo, which team will come back home first? Ghana was in a group, USA, Italy, and Czech Republic.
In fact, they were all in the top 10.
They were all ranked top 10. No one thought Ghana could qualify out of the group. They were in the round of 16 of that
You are
tournament.
inviting me to believe. Look, in the realm of possibilities, anything can happen. That's true. In the realm of possibilities, anything can happen. And I concede that, yes, anything can happen. But then, before anything can happen, you look at what you have. You look at the assets you have and ask yourself a very honest question. Are you capable based on what you have? And based on what we have, I mean, I will reject the temptation to be thrown into the realm of, yes, Ghana can win the World Cup. If I look at what we have, now
that the teams are even expanded.
You understand? But back to the point about Otoado. That's what I'm saying. That if the target is that we want the Black Stars to go win the World Cup, that is what we want. Anything other than that, then, I mean, what do you call it? We have failed. If the tag, which is not the case, then there is no need to take Otoado out. There's no need to take Otoado out. All we need to do is to offer him any support he needs to ensure that he can go and better his performance, from Qatar 2022.
Qatar, yeah.
Every support he needs, let's get him that. Does he need an extra assistant coach? Let's get him that. Does he need extra classes? I'm sorry, I don't know if there's any extra classes anyway. But whatever he needs, we need to get him that. And what we can also pray for is for our players, the best of our players, to be fit and available for the tournament. Thomas Partey, fit and available, and at the very, performing at the very highest level.
Yeah,
Kudus performing at the very highest level. Fatah Isaku, same. Semenyo, same. That is what we can hope for. And if these players, by the time the World Cup is due, all right, are fit, performing at the very highest level, that we can at least be sure that the team will be able to produce something.
I'm going to ask you a very personal and direct question. You set up Musbau group of companies and you hire a chief executive officer. You know very well that my company wasn't doing so well. So I've brought in a chief executive officer to take me to the next level. That CEO walks into the company and let's say in half a year or even less, your company drops further below the standards that you actually even thought that, this was so low for me. So I needed new brain. I needed new ideas to be able to take me to the next level. And that CEO fails to achieve that. Would you keep the CEO?
I mean, let's contextualize it a bit because yes, your hypothetical situation in that scenario, you sack the CEO. But let's but let's contextualize it. I'm sure you're talking about Otuado coming in and failing to qualify to the AFCON.
That's
all right.
Fact.
Great. Look, if we decided not to sack him after failing to qualify for the AFCON, if we, all right, and by we, the Ghana Football Association and the ministry, decided that Otuado should stay on, he's crossed that river. Now, the next assignment that was handed to him was qualifying us to the World Cup. And what is he now? In a very good position to qualify. So if the first objective which you gave him, he failed to realize it and you still kept him on and told him and gave him a second chance that qualifies to the World Cup and he's on the verge of doing it. If he does it, with all due respect, I think he should be given the chance to go and handle the team at the World Cup. And again, as I said, if we have all our best players available, I think we can do well. That is all the Black Stars can do at the World Cup. Unless we want to win the World Cup, then we can say that Otuado should go and let's ask Pep to suspend his days at Manchester City and come and handle the Black Stars.
Can you pay?
Oh, so we can't pay. We'll pay. Gold board is there. You know, they see how much gold board is there. $4 billion. We'll sort him out.
Eric, should Ghanaians be hopeful with Otto at the helm? Should Ghana be hopeful that going to the World Cup with him is the team can at least do better than they saw in Qatar?
I am not too hopeful, and that's a fact. Anyone who has listened to me over the period knows my position on Otto. I don't have any personal problem with him, but I just have this feeling that...
You see, no, before you proceed, sometimes I hear people say, I don't have any personal problem with someone who is in charge of the thing. It's not about personal problems.
Yeah.
Razak.
No, but you live in an environment where somebody will think that.
Razak,
Yeah.
Eric, I'm coming. The success of any of the sporting disciplines in this country has a direct impact on every single journalist or Ghanaian in this country. The joy you gain, even if it is personal, it should be personal. The joy you gain, Musbau, if Ghana wins the World Cup, no amount of money can quantify that success.
But the person he's talking about is
I'm coming.
No,
Just
but the person he's
moment.
talking about.
Just a moment.
Yeah.
If Ghana qualifies for the World Cup, the chances of you going to the World Cup in Canada, Mexico, USA, those opportunities you would get, you are never going to get them if Ghana fails to qualify. I was in Qatar, and this one, let me give Keto Kreku his flowers. Because I remember that at that press conference when he said, Muftawu, if Ghana qualifies for the Mundial, won't you benefit? Indeed, I benefited. I'm not going to lie. I went there as a correspondent for Ghana.
But
and this time for the FIFA Plus World Cup Daily Show channel. I was Ghana's correspondent.
Yeah, but the point
it's
about
because
personal,
Ghana was
in
there.
the context of our Ghanaian society, when he says personal, he knows what he's talking about. In the context of our Ghanaian society, they will tell you, what time or
Simple.
Or time.
That's where I'm coming from.
That's how people will tell you. That's why it's issuing a disclaimer.
Okay. I get the point that you are issuing a disclaimer.
Yeah.
But the fact is that the failure of any of the sport, come on, we were in the US for the world champs. It's because Ghanaian athletes were there.
That's why we are telling the boys that
Isaac Dogwe was going to fight. In fact, I was supposed to buy a ticket for $600+ and come was asking and come out. It is because it is happening.
Yes.
But if it doesn't happen, you and I can never benefit.
Muftawu.
So sometimes when we speak, people often think, "Oh, you have something."
But you see, Muftawu, we live in a society where, like I'm saying, it's not the first time I have been on the neck of photo. I've been very loud. The moment we failed to qualify for the AFCON, I called for his head. Because look, if you parade the likes of Kudus, Semenyo, you parade Pate and Ku, all these players, and you cannot beat Niger, you cannot beat Angola, you cannot beat Sudan, away from home. You can't beat them at home. Come on. What are you talking about?
Okay.
You see, Musbau is talking about the fact that we should pray that we get our players fit. In most of these qualifiers, we have had the best of our players to play. But the football has been abysmal. Yes, we are getting the results. But trust me, the game has gone so scientific to the point that whilst the game is ongoing, there is someone holding an iPad, watching the game, can actually reverse the iPad to look at a mistake that you have made, capitalize on it, and communicate with one of the coaches to go and tell the coach that, look, from the left side, anytime the goalkeeper gets the ball, he's giving the ball to the left back. And the left back is not one who will kick the ball. He would want to dribble before. They will reverse the iPad back.
So pressure him.
They will do it 1, 2. Then they know that this is what you are doing. So whilst the game is ongoing, there are people using gadgets. So they are reading the game. Now when you go and you are playing the same style of football, where you play for 90 minutes against Chad, and you are not able to bring anything new, if you come up against any of these advanced countries, or better of 5, 6, they will beat you fairly and squarely.
Should Ghana go to the World Cup with Toto, Eric?
My answer is no. My answer is no. The World Cup will qualify. If he wants to stay on, let's get another coach. Let him stay on. I don't have a problem.
No, so he will not stay on as what?
He will stay. He can stay on as part of the technical team in whichever capacity he wants. But trust me, I have this feeling that, like he said, he doesn't believe that we have what it takes to win the World Cup. I hold a different view altogether. In 2010, when Spain won the World Cup on African soil, you know the team that beat them? The Swiss beat them in the first game.
Yeah, their opening game.
They lost to Switzerland in the first game. But where did the Swiss end up?
They got knocked out.
So you have a feeling that?
I have a feeling that
it is possible.
What we did in 2010, it is very possible to replicate.
When I say it is possible, it's not about women, it is possible, I bet.
No, it's a word. He came to meet you.
You know why? Because, look, we have some players in this team, they will walk to a lot of the elite nations national teams and they will start.
That's true.
They will start.
It's very true.
Tell me which of the national teams Mohamed Kudus walks in and he may not start.
I think the psychological angle of our players too should be looked at.
It is because of the way, you see, they are coaches, they are so good with qualifiers. And one of such coaches is Kwesi Appiah.
Yeah.
Excellent. When it comes to qualifiers, there is no way you will beat him. He holds the record of being the only Ghanaian coach to have defeated Egypt 6-1. Anytime you get to Cairo airport, they see your passport, they will talk about 6-1. Yeah, we went to Algeria from Constantine. I came through Cairo. I got to airport. The guy who stamped at my airport, my passport, he picked the passport. You Ghanaian? 6-1. No, not good.
I need to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about Kim Faisal a bit.
And Mufti, just 30 seconds, all right? Just 30 seconds, because I'm sure we're going to move on from the Black Stars. And the point Eric makes, I do subscribe to it to a very large extent. But I also have to say this to Otto. that as much as we appreciate your effort in qualifying the team to the World Cup, which we are so hopeful will happen, qualifying the team to the World Cup, with all due respect, is not something we know see before. So let nobody present it to us as it's going to be a great achievement. We want an improvement in the performance of the team. I believe the team can improve.
It's a great achievement. He'll be the first coach to qualify the country to back-to-back.
If anybody gets the opportunity to stay on, if we had allowed Kwesi Appiah, I believe he would have qualified us today.
So qualifying to the World Cup is not the first time the Black Stars is doing it. We beat Egypt to even qualify. And yet Malina, and Chad, and Central African Republic, now Obeseno, may are qualifying. Why? So please, the team needs to improve. You are hearing me on your own mic. The team needs to improve, and that needs to be emphasized. And I have so much hope that Otuado can improve the team. All right, I think he can do it, but he needs extra support. And those assistant coaches that have been brought, they should sit up and do something more. Because if not, and yes, they are.
I met the technical director at the sports ministry. That was on Monday or so. I met him with Alex Asante. Maybe they are doing some small touches.
Charlie, the team needs to improve. It needs to improve.
That's true.
And we need to see it in the games coming up.
That's true.
Central African 2-0. I have said 2-0. No, say team now set it.
We'll take a quick break right now. When we come back, we'll talk briefly about King Faisal and take you to England. Liverpool versus Chelsea is happening this weekend. We are back in a jiffy.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. What do you do? When you need some money, you go free hustle, you go bread, but you need some luck today. Just dial *712 hash, make you play the game and win. Oh, buy for your mama, buy for your papa, buy for your brother and your sister and your crew. From 1 city to 5K, you don't need much, not much to play. Just dial *712 hash, luckiestlotery.com. Play the game, play the luckiest. Oh, luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah.
You could be the luckiest.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
Ghana, the wait is over. The grand finale of the Energy Commission Senior High School's Renewable Energy Challenge is here. Watch as 6 outstanding schools, Presbyterian Boys SHS Presekli Gone, Adidome Senior High School, Ahantaman Girls Senior High School, Ola Girls Secondary School Kenyase, Damongo Senior High School, and Dabopa Technical Institute compete for the ultimate title of Ghana's Clean Energy Champion. Join us on Tuesday, 7th October 2025 at the Accra International Conference Center at 10 a.m. Who will rise to the top? Catch the thrilling finals live on Joy News at 10 a.m. prompt. The Senior High School Renewable Energy Challenge is powered by the Energy Commission and the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition in partnership with the Ghana Education Service and the Ghana TVET Service, and with support from GIZ, Ashes University, Volta River Authority, Greenfield Ambassadors, Star Oil, and the PURC. Media partner, Joy News.
Hello, Ghana! It's the time of the year! Raise your steins for the Oktoberfest Beer Festival, Ghana's premier 5-star hotel, and your CIMG Hospitality Facility of the Year. Labadi Beach Hotel brings you another exciting edition of the biggest beer festival in the world, Oktoberfest 2025.
To the Brewfest, raise up your stein. Sing for the lager, the stout, and the wine. Cheer for the ale that will carry us through. There's no greater calling than raising a brew.
Performing live once again in Ghana is the Bayern Boys Band from Germany. Experience traditional German food and beers on Friday, 3rd and 4th October 2025 at the magnificent Addis Pavilion. For enquiries and reservations, please call 0540-109995 or 0244-747670. Oktoberfest Beer Festival 2025. Come, let's party! Oktoberfest Beer Festival 2025 is proudly supported by Multimedia Group, Brussels Airlines, Media General, Guinness Ghana, Accra Brewery, and Heritage Beer.
Shabbat Praise and Worship Festival 2025. On the 5th of October, heavens will open when the voices of our worship and praise rise. Jakalalomi Ministries presents Shabbat Praise and Worship Festival, happening live at the National Theatre. It will be a moment of thanksgiving, reflection, worship, and honoring of God's goodness. Shabbat Festival will witness song ministration from Jakalalomi, Elder Mreku, Hanamafo, Kofi Sapon, PSA Esther, Empress Gifty, Noble Nkatia, Kofi Pepra, The Voice of Pentecost, and more. Gates open at 4 p.m. prompt. Venue is the National Theatre. Entry is free in GBBR. This occasion will be graced by high dignitaries, gospel ministers, and many others. Shabbat Praise and Worship Festival 2025. Sunday, 5th October, live at the National Theatre. It's free for all. Come and be blessed. Sponsors: Just One Group Company Limited, All Time Packer Enterprise, Acri Giant Enterprise Limited, Tobinko Group, DK Crunchy Company Limited, KNT Car Dealership, Mamdiv Ghana Limited, PKN Car Rentals, Vivan Multi Limited, Kafam Ghana Limited, Jatasman, and Franco Trading Enterprise. Media partner: Adum FM, Adum TV. Supported by Footprint TV.
Joy 99.7 FM.
introducing Pens Down and Level Up 2025 happening on 18th October at the breathtaking Bonso Eco Park. To parents, this is not just another fun trip. It is an educational experience where your wards will receive first-hand guidance from Ghana's top universities on admissions, course selection, and career path. Trusted reps will be on ground to answer all the important questions before your child takes the next big leap. And for our amazing graduates, get ready for a day packed with zip lining, swimming, canopy walks, horse riding, music, food, and a live concert with your favorite stars. It's all about memories, vibes, and preparing you for the journey ahead. And for our valued partners, it is where you meet Ghana's next generation face to face. This is your chance to connect, inspire, and activate your brand with the future. To be a part of this, just register by paying 300 Ghana cedis with your name and location via Momo number to 0244 272 460 Emily Nyako to book your seat. So parents, students, and sponsors, don't miss this. It is Pens Down and Level Up 2025. Education, tourism, entertainment, all in one. 18th October, Bonso Eco Park. Tickets now available for only 300 Ghana cedis. Pay via Momo to 0244 272 460 Emily Nyako. For more inquiries, you call 024 237 6226. Pens Down and Level Up Drip to Trip. This event is powered by Com-Media Concepts and High School Clicks and the Multimedia Group. At the Join This EcoBank Habitat Fair, we connect you to reliable service providers in the consultancy industry, real estate, waste management, water solutions, solar installations, sewage experts, nail and locks, roofing experts, tile dealers, furniture, interior decor, and more. We also have you covered with our security door experts, automobile solutions, security and smart home items, internet, mortgage, and financial advisors. So you block your calendar from 23rd to 26th October and make a date with your stakeholders in the housing industry. The EcoBank Journeys Habitat Fair is powered by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. And it is brought to you by Drive EVGH, Drive into a Sustainable Future. Virtual Security Africa, security for all, safety and home solutions. You think of a door, we have it. Superlock Technologies Limited, you deserve the best. DPS Pipes, connecting you to life, Elegant Homes and General Construction Limited, where quality meets value. Gold Key Properties, transforming the landscape. Ayuda, Ghana's #1 services app Bako Services Bebre. Special Gardens, Memorable Living, DBS Industries Limited. We truly are your roof experts. Door Master, the best indoors. And also, Lesh Fortune Limited, unleashing luxury with perfection and one space at a time. LandlordAfrica.com, bringing the real estate industry to your doorstep. The Builders Market Bathroom, get it right. Right House Energy, let's build smarter energy together. Masters in solar installation, Syntex Tank, strong, tough. Automation Ghana, West Africa's choice for smart solution. Interplus, we make sure water reaches you even in space. Yoben Security Doors, protecting lives and properties. Clifton Homes, beautiful homes, wise investment. Western Vias, where dream meet reality. MTN everywhere you go. Green box sewage, a much better septic tank. EcoBank joins Habitat Fair 2025. Dream it, own it, live it. Sitsofe, Flip, Ashrim, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for your time. We always grateful that you make our time to join us. In the studio is Eric Alagidede. Eric, are you the MD or CEO of Great Olympics? Which is which?
I'm the general manager of Accra Great Olympics.
General manager.
Yeah.
Proper GM.
GM1. Musbau.
Yeah.
Are you the GM
I'm
of the
a presenter and I'm a I'm a reporter and presenter. I'm your multi-purpose presenter.
Yeah, the multi-purpose presenter. Gentlemen, we are just a few minutes away from ending this. So, Eric, just touch on this thing briefly for me. The Great Olympics thing. I want us to talk about Chelsea versus Liverpool. Then we sign up. The Court of Arbitration for Sport, October 1, 2025, threw out the request for a stay of execution filed by King Faisal on September 1, 2025, in the matter of King Faisal versus Ghana Football Association against the other reliefs, the third term decision of the GFA Congress. CAS in his decision further stated that the cost of the present order shall be determined in the final award or any other final disposition of this arbitration. Well, just keep the language simple, make we understand. Go to speak legal language for people to come and read. How are we all going to understand?
But it's written by legal brains, so you just need to get a lawyer to interpret for you.
Sometimes Prosper should keep the langue simple for us.
This one was not written by Prosper.
No, I'm going to the FA statement. I'm going to the FA statement. If the lawyers write disposition, just get a synonym of disposition and put it there so that we'll all understand. But King Faisal's decision to go to CAS in the first place.
I was shocked. I was surprised because I was at Congress. And I saw King Faisal at Congress.
Did you vote?
I voted.
Did you vote in favor or against?
I voted in favor.
Why?
Why? Well, I could be an FA president tomorrow, and I will go for 3 terms. It's a very simple thing. You see, Muftawu, sometimes you need to... I don't know why people have issues with the 3rd term bid. I don't know what their issues are.
Do you have ambitions of becoming GFA president?
For now, no. For now, no.
Okay.
But anybody who comes after Keto Kreku has the opportunity to do 3 terms. So I don't really know what the whole thing is about.
Why people are fighting it.
Exactly. And for me, I was a bit surprised King Faisal went to CAS because they came to Congress. They voted at the Congress.
They voted against or in favor?
Whether they voted for or they voted against, they voted. That's the most important thing. I think they voted against. But clearly, you participated in the process. Okay, and I'm not a lawyer. I don't want to pretend to be one. You participated in the process, and after participating in the process, you go back home and say, "Look, the process I participated in, I'm not happy about it, and for that matter, I'm seeking for a legal interpretation. Interpret it for me." So why did you participate? Why did you? So for me, clearly, once they knew they had the intention of going to CAS or pursuing the issue legally, then they shouldn't have come to Congress at all. So
but
we know they were absent.
If they are not there to see everything, Gani,
but they could have still sent someone to to actually go there and witness whatever was happening.
Or
they could actually have gotten a report.
That would be hearsay.
They could have gotten a report from anybody.
That would be hearsay.
So they went there. They participated. And now they want interpretation. How does it work?
Okay.
I'm a member of the association. I'm a member of the association. And I keep saying that, look, sometimes we as members of the association, I have my own beliefs. And Muftawu, from where you sit, you know me too well. When I don't move with something, nobody convinces me. Yeah, and I have my independent mind. Yeah, people have issues with me because I don't align with certain things. What I don't believe in, no one forces me to. I went to Congress for Great Olympics. No one told me to go and vote for or vote against. I was nominated by my club to go to Congress. I got to Congress and I decided to vote for. Because at the end of the day, whether you vote for or you vote against, a decision will be made. And ultimately, the decision that was going to be made that day would have carried the numbers.
But your CEO thinks otherwise. I don't want that to go to your
yes.
He thinks otherwise. So,
yes, and he's at liberty to think so. And I have no problem at all with him. But this is my view. Okay. So, I mean, clearly, I think Faisal knew very well that they were never going to win this. And
but the main matter will be
the main matter will still be heard, but it won't be anything different from what has just.
Let me speak to Sitso. Sitso, talk to me. Chelsea versus Liverpool this weekend. Where would it be won or lost?
Well, I'm saying that it's Chelsea at home. Obviously, their fans will back them, but the problem Chelsea have got is that they don't have a lot of their first choice defenders available. Chalobah has been red carded for finance not fit enough. Liverpool is injured, so it's probably going to see a Sampon Padman Badiashile at the back. That for me is a sign of a worry, or maybe Tosin and Badiashile again. That for me is a sign of worry. Also, the fact that Kopama is not available takes a lot from Chelsea's team. Liverpool will be hoping to bounce back as well as Chelsea to bounce back in the Premier League, but I just think Liverpool have a little too much for Chelsea, even at the bridge. And I find that Liverpool would not necessarily have to play too well to win that game at the bridge, because of the injury confronts Enzo Maresca's side.
In fact, there are people who have expressed concerns about Chelsea because they've received 3 red cards in 3 successive games, and you've just spoken about the fact that Liverpool may not have to stretch so much to be able to win, but there are also people who still believe that Enzo Maresca and his boys can show up this weekend and be a complete different beast.
Well, yeah, it's possible. Chelsea, they've got a character, they are playing at home. But, and again, they're coming up against Liverpool, who have just lost 2 games in a row. So if Liverpool have lost 2 games in a row as well, then maybe Liverpool also, they've got issues in their team, and quite clearly, Liverpool's mission and defense is not clicking. Their front men, the new fans that have come in, have not clicked together with the team as well. So that could be where Chelsea draw some inspiration from. But again, Chelsea have their own issues, and I think Chelsea's issues are far bigger than what Liverpool have as issues. And Liverpool have got enough quality in the front line, even if they are not clicking. They've got enough quality to cause problems to Chelsea. However, I don't think Chelsea have got enough quality in their back line to withhold the quality Liverpool have got in attack. So if Liverpool wins, it wouldn't be because Liverpool are playing so well. It would only be because Chelsea are not at full strength and some of their reliable defenders are not available. And that
it appears we have issues with the network of Sitso there. But Musbau, as a Chelsea fan, you see this going your way?
Chelsea there.
Have you given up?
Oh, giving up, okay. See, giving up. Yeah, share PSG and Liverpool. More than want to know. Chelsea can win. All right, Chelsea can win, but it's going to be a difficult game. There's no doubt about that. Liverpool are not in a very good position at the moment. Back-to-back losses. They want to respond, and I think it's going to be difficult for Chelsea. But don't be surprised if Chelsea end up beating Liverpool 2-0. It's possible. I mean, it's just that Chelsea have got a few injuries. I mean, forward there, João Pedro is not really fit. We saw him against Benfica. He's not really fit. So if you think we're going to go play Tyreek George up front or Garnacho up front, of course, we're going to struggle. But expect Chelsea to come and compete. Hopefully, we don't get a red card so that we can compete 11 against 11.
But hopefully, we don't get a red card.
I mean, 3 games, you've gotten a red card. It looks like it's a curse or something. I don't even know what's happening to our club, but The team will compete. That's what you can get from Chelsea. Will compete and compete very well. As for Liverpool, their defense is not very good. So, quarter
you say Liverpool's defense is not good?
Oh, yeah. Liverpool are struggling at the back. They are really struggling at the back. You know, really
they are
struggling
conceding doesn't mean that they're
oh, they are struggling at the back. Liverpool fans, all Liverpool fans can attest to that. Against Crystal Palace, look, that game, easy. Liverpool can win it. But there are difficulties at the back. And if you look at how many goals they've conceded recently, I think it's only against Arsenal that they didn't concede. The exception of that, they've been conceding. So Chelsea will definitely find a goal. But like I said, it's going to be a difficult game. And I think hopefully Chelsea can keep the momentum from Benfica. It was an own goal, but strikers need Niho. You see that? Pedro is not
you
fit.
Allowed
Palmer is not available.
To leave.
Jackson there. No, Chairman. Say in Champions League. Yeah, Jackson is Champions League.
Okay.
So I mean, our injuries are quite a challenge, and I think it's probably not the right time to play Liverpool because they want to respond. But hopefully, we can take advantage of the challenges they are having and also get a win over them and move on from there. But I think it's going to be a good game on Saturday. Definitely a good game.
A good game. Hopefully, his Chelsea would win so that he will be happy and be here on Sunday for Sports Arena. That is your show for this week. We are extremely grateful that you made our time to be a part of this conversation. We'll be back again next week, Friday, for another edition of Game Plan. We're on Joy 99.7 and also on Hitz 103.9 FM. My guests were Eric Alagidede. He's the general manager of Great Olympics. My colleague Razak Musbau and Sitsofe Philip Assume joined us later via Zoom. The aquatic swimming championship is currently happening at the Boteman Sports Complex. You may want to pass by and throw your weight behind the Ghanaian team. Thank you very much for being a part of the show.